I never thought that I would admit this in my lifetime, but I think I may have practiced being depressed for so long that it became my core identity. I am depressed. That became the sing-song in my head every other day for years. And it cut me off from my life support. It cut me off from my dreams, my goals, my expressions, the things that I loved. And for year after year after year, I did not create enough power inside of my system, inside of my body, to go after the things that I really cared about in this life. This is something that I wish somebody shared with me years ago. It's taken me a long time to arrive at this point right now, where I understand some of the things that were happening with me all those many years that I was very depressed. Now, everything I'm going to share in this video is just me talking with my bestie, me talking to my future self, me talking to my newborn daughter whenever she comes, if she does come. This is not medical advice, all right? So please do not take this as medical advice. Every time that I talk about depression, I have people jump in the comments like, oh, but it's not about that. This is just me sharing my story with you and my perception of life right now. Years ago, I lived in a very low state of vibration. My vibration was so low that the most I could do was wake up and maybe browse the internet, maybe read, maybe do something flimsy, but nothing serious towards my own goals and my ambitions. And I lived like that for so long until I began to actually wake up from that depression. I turned around and understood it as a spiritual awakening. I've shared this many times before. If you've missed some of my past videos, you may want to go check that. And as I began to go through this spiritual awakening and this spiritual journey of uncovering who I really am beyond my ego identity, I began to understand that yes, the depression was a pathway for my spiritual awakening, but also it was the result of so much energy that was suppressed inside of me. And here's something that my spirit said to me the other day. She said, the depression is what happens when you are no longer experiencing or exercising expression. In very simple terms, the cure for the depression is expression. And this blew my mind when I received it. I said to myself, I have to find a way to store this. So making this video is me storing it in the archives, all right? So that my future self can come back to this and remember it. Listen to this. Depression is... This is not medical advice. I feel like I need to say that throughout this video. But let me take you back through some of the things that I have experienced personally and why this is true for me. That the healing for the depression is expression. Every single time that I felt like I was stuck, I was feeling tight, I wasn't pushing myself into the world. I wasn't chasing my dreams. I wasn't doing what it was that I said I wanted to do. I was stopping myself from my expression. And because I wasn't expressing that innate, beautiful energy that I have with the world in whatever way, shape, or form that I could have expressed that, because I wasn't expressing it, I was suppressing it. And all that suppression became depression. It became manifested as depression in my experience, in my life. So here's how I began to understand this as true for me. Every single time that I feel low, I feel sad, I feel out of myself, I feel stuck, I feel like this is not good and I don't feel like doing anything, that is exactly the time that I'm supposed to be doing something. Of course, sometimes it is a call for you to rest, but you have to be honest with yourself about where you are. And if it is not time for you to rest because you haven't really done what it is that you should do, then you know that everything that you are feeling is all of this beautiful energy inside of you that is trying to express itself. Sometimes with self-sabotage, it might be imposter syndrome, it might be fear, it might be a feeling that you do not have the resources, which is always a lie. Anyway, we can talk about that in a different video. But for me, in my experience, Every single time that I have felt that way and I acknowledged within myself that I did not need rest, as soon as I permitted myself to get up, instead of laying on the couch and scrolling through Instagram or watching a movie on Netflix, as soon as I permit myself to get up and face myself and express my energy despite how I am feeling, I always come out feeling fantastic. So a quick example of that is I will literally power myself through work, like showing up to coach or showing up to make a YouTube video. I'm probably doing that right now. Or showing up to send an email to my community or create content for my community. However you can express yourself, it becomes an immediate cure for whatever it is that you're calling depression. Again, this is not medical advice. This is especially for you if you're a creative, you are an artist, you're someone who goes through the highs and the lows most of the time. A lot of us artists go through these times. And as an artist myself, I have learned that expression is how I can beat these times. Now, this expression does not have to be your art alone. This expression can also be you taking a walk, you experiencing and enjoying nature, you talking to a friend, you giving somebody else energy, you doing something completely different from what you would have normally done. But the most important thing is that you are utilizing your energy in a powerful way. For me, in the very early stages of going through this transformative process, it used to be going to the gym. At some point when I started waking up and I started pulling my strength about me, going to the gym was literally like the only thing that I could do most days. And just going to the gym was enough to power me on for the next day, And soon I had enough energy, generated within my vessel to do other things. But think about this. The healing, the cure for your depression is embedded inside expression. How can you express yourself today? How can you express your gifts? How can you express your energy? How can you express your light? Because that is essentially the thing that is going to help you feel better. It's just so magical. It will boomerang back to you and you will feel so much better. And so these days, I just say to myself, how am I stopping myself from expressing my light today? How am I stopping myself from expressing my beautiful energy today? How can I make myself get up and go express my energy? It always cures all of those low states. I promise you, try this, force yourself, push yourself out. It doesn't have to be a grand thing. You don't have to make a fantastic, spectacular painting today, but do something. Express yourself, express your energy, and it will lift you up. I hope that this was helpful today. I'll see you in the next one. My name is Eva. If you need more resources to help you, make sure you check the description down below and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Share this with a friend if it helped you today. I'll see you soon. Bye.